There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if their prize is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood we count a privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall
cannot do without Biafra. Once again, good people of Biafra across the globe, and of course, listeners around the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio, a platform which is the embodiment of pro-Biafran group. And as course, as customary demand, I must acknowledge a member of the de facto customary government who against all odds have decided to avail themselves to stand on behalf of the people of Biafra. Members of Biafra Nation Alliance, you are highly appreciated. Men and women who saw the truth and they stood by it. And of course, as watchmen, we are not going anywhere until Biafra is restored, and then truth conquer eventually, because that is how it ought to be. ONYIBE, by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I come from Abo, Anyoma Province, Delta State, to be precise. And as always, we continue to sensitize our people. We continue to call upon them, appealing to their conscience, considering the level of damage that has been done to our psyche. We understand it's not going to be an easy task, but of course, we are not backing down, and it's a promise. And so we continue to appeal to conscience, just like John the Baptist. He knew he has an assignment, it looked relevant to everybody, but then he keep on doing what he had to do. He simply say, I am the voice crying in the wilderness. This evening I announce to you, we are simply the voice crying in the wilderness, preparing the way for Biafra to come. We must move on this evening to look at one or two issues regarding the Biafra Restoration Project. And our topic tonight is what we should or should not do in Biafra Restoration Project. What you should do and what you should not do. Not until our lives are guided by such principle, understanding the do's and the don'ts. Not until our lives are guided by to understand that there are certain things we should do and there are certain things we should not do, we cannot be efficient in every area of our life. We cannot prosper per se. It is from one struggle to another. And so it is important we understand that that idea is applicable to every area of our life. There are things you should do and there are things you should not do. And then at the end of this discussion this evening, and you're listening to this broadcast, you should be able to cross-examine yourself. Have you been doing some of those things you should not have done? Or there are things you should have done, you have not, you refuse to do. You just have to look at it. The Biafra Restoration Project, in a time like this, characterized by confusion, which are too numerous to mention in line of this discussion tonight. If I want to look at those areas of do and don't do regarding the Biafra Restoration Project, you see, we're not going to live here. And the children of Israel were leaving Egypt according to the Bible. They were to be led by Moses. And God allowed them to move into the wilderness first of all. The moment they were there, God saw liberty, which will eventually destroy the people. And so the first task, the first assignment to show you it's important is to give them the 10 commandments. Moses has to abandon everything. Everything was left without God. He has to do that. And then the 10 commandment comes in. You begin to hear, thou shalt not, thou shalt, thou shalt not, thou shalt. And whatever happened to them in the wilderness, if it be God blessing, if it be God curse, it is all guided. It is all influenced by that commandment. And so the people of Biafra must understand that it is applicable in every area of our lives. But then we are focusing on Biafra Restoration Project this evening. Because the successful function of any thing or its malfunctioning depend on the management of rules of engagements as regarding to this very object. What am I trying to say? When you buy, for instance, a television set, you have the manual. The manual begins to direct you on what you should do with the television and what you should not do. In fact, from the carton, from the packaging, they tell you how to stand it. They make you understand that it is fragile. And sometimes they give you signal and say, don't put it, expose it to the rain. If you do that, you know the consequence. It is applicable in Biafra restoration project. And so this evening, because of time, we're going to look at, first of all, 4 things that we should do. As far as Biafra restoration project is concerned, there are a lot of activities going on that we are not supposed to even try it. But we've gotten involved already. And of course, we are suffering. And sometimes, because we are not the one receiving the consequence directly, we intend to play it down. But you see, in the end, it's going to affect every one of us. And that is why we are here today. There are many issues or things that have happened in the past. We never consider them. Our fathers just did it and move on. And we are toeing on the same path without us being able to perceive, to discern the danger that lies ahead for the next generation. Let's look at it this way. If you look at Biafra agitation now, you hear less about Ambazonia and Oduduwa lately. And maybe because of Nigerian presidential election. But for some group of individuals to ratize you and feel something is happening, that we are not alone, they begin to tell you, oh, Ambazonia, Biafra, Oduduwa, Biafra, they want to go. But they lie. And of course, in the past 2 years or more, now the Kano have taken time to begin to copy Ambazonia. I want you to move out of Biafra and go into what is happening in Ambazonia. The same way they are killing commander of China Sanworu, commander of Nnamdi Kanu, that is the same way they are killing Ambazonia. The same way we have pro-Biafran group, all of us antagonizing ourselves, that is the same thing happening in Ambazonia. Why? This is because Nnamdi Kanu copied what Ambazonians are doing. In fact, his choreographic army first displayed online was picture they took from Ambazonia. You cannot be doing something different and then expect different result. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. Ambazonia is messed up. In fact, God is being merciful to us. Ambazonia agitation is messed up. That very soon, the people of Ambazonia will turn against the supposedly freedom fighter. Just watch it. Why? Because they have engaged in the things they are not supposed to do. And we are toying on the same path. Let me digress a little bit. If you look at in our region, you hear of Osu caste. Osu caste is doing underground damage within our communities without us knowing. Somebody initiated it. Somebody promoted it. When they should have allowed it to lie down and manage the whole situation, somebody enforced it. And I have come across many individuals, most especially from Enugu, who will even deny their Igbo identity. And out of pain, or as a result of they have trusted you. And then you begin to hear a story like, my fatherland was taken from him in our community. They say we are Osu. I wanted to get married at the introduction. They said we are Osu, and so on and so forth. Most of these people you call Osu, as I'm talking to you now, most of them are very powerful people. They have not registered their displeasure openly, but they are not happy with you. They know your father that called them Usu, and they are looking at you. Why am I trying to toe on this path? Why am I trying to create this scenario? So you can be able to appreciate our discussion this evening, and at least in the end, amend your ways if you have found yourself wanting. Let's take another example, and then before we look at, first of all, maybe 4 things we should not do if indeed we are fighting to restore Biafra. We look at the issue of Anyoma. It's trending on social media lately. One useless pastor called one Chika Dibie from Undokwa in Delta State and asked Chika Dibie, "Are you Igbo?" Chika Dibie say, "I'm not Igbo." "And what is your name?" He say, "Chika Dibie." "Where do you come from?" "Undokwa." "And you are not Igbo." And the useless pastor start telling him, "Well, it's trending for IPOB. But this time you visit this matter, you're raising up canker worm. You're raising up evil that the people concerned will not see anything. But what the ripple effect is what is causing most confusion you are seeing today. The Chika Dibia in question, for instance, is not a small boy. You think he don't know who his name is Igbo name? You think he don't know his community name is Igbo name? But there is something that we are trying to hide. The same way some of you are trying to hide now the Kano atrocity and shut us up. We can shut up and move on. The next generation will suffer it. What am I saying? The useless pastor, he think is mocking that guy. But under normal circumstance, I was in Imo State some days ago, and then we were discussing with some men, and they say, "Where do you come from?" I say, "Abo." And one of them say, no, they call us ONYIBE. I never give a thought to it, but for the first time I said, "We call you ONYIBE." And so what does it mean? He said, we are showing that we are not Igbo, so we call them ONYIBE. And I said, the problem is that we don't find out the true meaning of issues. We get involved. Look at all the people causing hulo balo in the name of Biafra Restoration Project. Look at all of them. They know nothing about IPOB, and they are going to teach you moral. Very unfortunate. And so look at people who are rejoicing. "Oh, he says not Igbo." Well, really, the idiot pastor is very hopeless. He doesn't have sense. The same way most Biafra agitators are very hopeless and they lack sense. And I ask the people, how could you in your mind tell me that when I say ONYIBE, that means I am saying I'm not Igbo? You people are the Igbo. And they say, well, and I explain to them. I say, I am not hearing this for the first time. The moment you cross the River Niger, enter Onitsha, and they know you are bold, what they call you is Abo. Or they can even mock you and say ONYIBE. But it's not done as a way to despise anyone. But it's sending a message that is wrong. And then I explained to the people. I said, this is our dialect. When we say ONYIBE, the same way we say Abafo, the same way we say Abo, Yoruba, Hausa, Nwahiale, this is how we say who you are. But you see, some criminal-minded individuals have twisted it that we are saying we are not Igbo. That is why we are twisting it and calling you ONYIBE. This does it mean that I'm telling that Abo man is not? No, I'm just trying to give you a picture of do and don't do. To some of you, you are saying, don't mind there. It is Nigeria. Nigeria made effort to balkanize the Biafran territory. We are the one that aided and abetted them. Everything Nigeria is doing to us, we are the instrument of our undoing. Stop interpreting people. You should not do the Biafra Restoration Project. Pastor is very happy. That is the revelation. That is insight God gave to him. But not until we understand what we should do and what we should not do, and then apply our heart to reasoning. My brother, the journey in the wilderness has just started. Why am I bringing it up this way? If somebody from Anioma comes out and tell you, oh, I'm not Igbo, I'm not Igbo, my brother, go and ask your father question, you that is Igbo. Because the last time I checked, I keep telling you people all these things. Those of you who had the power to change the future and bring everybody back home. Ohaneze Ndigbo, when he was formed, have somebody from Anioma as the first leader. The first leader for Ohaneze Ndigbo is Anioma man. What happened? That today Anioma is not part of Ohaneze Ndigbo. And when somebody from Anioma tell you I'm not Igbo, you run mad. You become very stupid. Because they should not have said so. But when Ohaneze Ndigbo, based on what they think they know, cast out certain of family, maybe we are also. It never occurred to you to call Ohaneze Ndigbo. What did the Anioma people do that make you to remove them from Igbo? Nigerian capitalized on that, and they brainwash us very well. And today, you want to mock me with it, you should be ashamed of yourself. I have to create this thing so that you see how it works. We are fighting to restore Biafra. There are a lot of things we should not do. Some of us are doing it, garnishing the whole matter with ferocious lies. And somewhere along the line, we should shut up. You don't call us name. My brother, we have gotten in terms with the nonchalant behavior. The more we do this thing to ourselves, the more we will remain here. They are gradually making us irrelevant. Just watch the Biafran territory. Very soon, the only thing left of the whole Biafran region is the Igbos. And very soon, the way Nigeria is going, they will make all of us minority. Not because they have what it takes to do that, but because not give you the right to do so. Let us just look at 4 of things we should not do as far as the Biafra restoration project is concerned. Number 1, what we should do. First of all, let's start with what we should do. Number 1, a holistic costing of the project. Before we say we are agitating for Biafra, there need to be a meticulous costing. Because this will enable us to be able to envisage the challenges ahead, and as well as enable us to set our priority right. Costing. I can assure you the people who started this Biafra nation at every front, they didn't cost it. From the first form of agitation, Adakaboru, to that of Ken Sariwiwa, down to Dim Chukwemeko Dimegojukwu, then back to Chief Raphael Wazurike, down to Nnamdi Kanu, and current escalation of pro-Biafran group everywhere. I'm not sure we have checked the cost of the disciple. Who among you here who will want to go and build a house without first costing to see if you have the capacity to achieve that project? If you fail to do that, you only rush into this project, and then at the end of the day, you will see it requires more fund than anticipated. And so you abandon the project, and people will laugh at you. Most of us, majority of us, we have not properly cost this thing. Because the loophole you are seeing today is because we did not cost this journey. You never consider the role saboteurs will play. You consider the role some people will play to prove themselves innocent. People like me, if it means to do anything to prove to the world and my generation after me that Nnamdi Kanu lied against me, my brother, I will do it. This matter have just started though. They didn't check it. Because they have been lying against everybody. They lied against Ifa Jonah. They lied against Uche Nasebu. They lied against Chukwemeka Iruanya. They lied against everybody. Lying against everybody. Lying against everybody. And they walk away with it. They didn't do custom properly, because they would have been able to understand that in a matter like this, you need to have custom the journey. You know how many people who have died? Are you aware that some of the people who died are coming to seek for the blood of their people? They will come for vengeance for all of you. It's like China Sana is in Kuwait killing people. They are pointing people like catfish, point and kill. They are killing Igbo youths, and you have not caused the blood feud that will come in the nearest future. You think it's going to end like that? While you are pointing them and killing them, China Sanwo, Runandekan, all of you, let me tell you what you don't know. Those people you are pointing to kill, their own family is following your family up. Their own family is following your family up. So be pointing, be killing, because you don't know the repercussion of what you are doing. You think it's going to end on social media? Or you think you're going to kill people and you walk away? You did not cost this thing. Because if we took time to calculate the challenges, the material we need for this building, most of this shenanigan will not be demonstrated by anybody. Most of this atrocity will not be carried out by anybody. He didn't check it. When Nnamdi Kanu bought army, he bought army uniform. He gave to some who all them misguided. They loved Biafra, willing to die for Biafra, to defend Biafra. I was that stupid to have trusted Nnamdi Kanu myself. And then he think that, oh, these people are Mugu, they are zombie. But you never considered, what if something go wrong? As it has gone wrong now, and you lose control of them, what will happen? What if something go wrong? And I must tell you, brothers, something has gone wrong. These criminals are no longer under the control of Nnamdi Kanu or China Sanguru or any other idiot telling you they are giving you security. The real volunteers, the genuine volunteers who were there to protect you as a Biafran, Nnamdi Kanu have blackmailed all of them. None of them is even member of IPOB any longer. So they decide to go and hire cultists, hire common criminals, and then tell them what to do. They pay them. And the Kanu does not care, or IPOB does not care about those they kill. They only come and say, oh, they kill you, they make mockery of you, turn you against your people. Why do you think it's like that? Because the agreement is, go and burn this police station. How much will you take? The Mugus will say 1 million. They give them 1 million. Anything happen to you, nothing concerns us. That is how they rule. It will come for all of you. But to tell you, you did not consider the consequence of your action. You dump into it. Why is it now the Kanu family now running to Abuja? They are telling you, sit at home in Igbo land, sit at home. But they run to Abuja. Let them come now, let all of us sit at home. There are things you should do. Did we cause it? If you did, some things you will not do that. I remember when I got married, it was fun. I remember on my traditional marriage day, it was fun. It was like something beautiful was happening to me. My father was just looking at me. He saw the excitement, but he knew that this is a journey of no return. If the future of your children must be protected, there is a lot of price to pay. And when everywhere seems to calm down, he sighted me alone and he called me and he said, I want to give you an advice. And I said, what is that? He said, you see, sorry to say, your mother is a woman, your sister is a woman, and your wife is a woman. That is why I say sorry for saying this. He said, you see women, they are goats. And I paused. He said, do you know why I said they are goats? Because man sent his son to the market to sell a he-goat. The man, very energetic, dragged the he-goat to the market. As a he-goat, the he-goat became stubborn along the way and refused to walk. The young man, out of his zeal to take the goat to the market and sell, plucked a stick from the nearby bush and started beating the goat. He never costed it. He beat the goat and the goat refused to walk until he killed the goat. And eventually, when the goat died, he picked up the goat and threw on his neck. He couldn't take it to the market any longer because it's a dead goat. So he cried back home to tell the father. And when he got home, he was crying. And the father said, "What's the problem?" He said, "The goat died." What happened? He narrated the story to the father. And the father said, "So when the goat died, how did you bring it back home?" He said, "I have to put it on my neck and come back home." And the father said, "You see, my son, when this goat started proving stubborn, you would have jacked the goat, put it on your neck, and go to the market. By now, you would have sold this goat and come back happily." And you see, what you would have done first is what you are doing last. You say, "My son, that is how women are." Very soon, your wife will show you the other side of her she has not shown you before. There will be trouble. There will be try moment. You say, at that moment, see your wife as a goat. That is the only time you can see her as a goat. Neck, it is your load. Yoruba will say, "It is your load. Don't tell me. Don't tell your mother. Don't tell your mother-in-law. Don't tell anybody. This is what makes you a man. Put her on your neck. This is your load." And I got it. Today, if Nnamdi Kanu will know, many have not even reasoned. Some are keeping quiet and observing. All the people Nnamdi Kanu blackmail, all the people Nnamdi Kanu killed, all of them, you think they are waiting, be deceiving yourself. Hey, you think it's going to be on social media? Because you don't know and you are still getting involved. Let me tell you, all of you that come on Facebook and you are doing what you are doing, my brother, we are taking record, and I hope you are taking your own record. Go to my YouTube. From the day I started broadcasting in Radio Biafra till today, all my broadcasts are intact, and I hope you have your own intact. I didn't check the cost, because if we did, most of the things causing problems should not have caused problem. All of us would have gone jejeje. This is a relay. You run your 100 meter and then you pass the baton on to the others. Wow, for God's sake. But you did not cost it. You just look at it and say, "Yes, I can build it. Is it not house? We need 5,000 block, and then maybe we need 200 bag of cement, and I can afford it." Okay, but you never understand that a time of eventuality may occur. Unpredicted issues may happen, and then they affect your budget, and everything will be messed up. And so we must cost what we are doing. Most of us are still doing what we are not. We never even negotiate them. We just jump inside them. Number 2, considering the Department of Labor and its challenges, we must understand the need why there should be deployment of labor. Deployment of labor. When you want to do something like Biafra Restoration Project, these were some of the things that were properly planned before now. Deployment of labor. Department was created. Majority of the department you see in IPOB were not created because they were necessary, but they were created because to solve problem. We have what do you call it? Let's say woman department. And so on and so forth. Most of them were not necessary. If there were time and the struggle, there were so much quarrel two people dragging to be state coordinator. Everybody want to be in power. Everybody want to be in power. Then Nnamdi Kanu was in Kuje. Almost every state. And Nnamdi Kanu asked me, how do we do this? And say the problem is everybody want to be in position. So let us create more position. That is when from unit coordinator and zonal coordinator, we begin to create local government coordinator, senatorial coordinator, regional coordinator. We begin to create coordinator, and we were able to manage more than 90% of the uprising within the family then. I still have the record, the design and everything. And so you need to understand that you have to deploy people, send people to go and do this job. But look at the stage we are today. Financial secretary, Nnamdi Kanu sister. Boko Haram department, Nnamdi Kanu brother. Who hold money? Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the treasurer? Nnamdi Kanu. Everywhere is Nnamdi Kanu completely and his family. Everywhere. And so when it is time to work, they bring you, they use you, they mess you up, they push you out, leaving his family alone to be in charge of everything. No. This is Biafra Restoration Project. Ordinarily. Of course, to bring our people back to this point may not be very easy, but we need to know it. Ordinarily, we say, okay, people from this quarter, this is your duty post. Make sure no loophole there. People from this community, this is your duty post. Make sure you manage it. Those of you from this component member nation that makes up Biafra, this is your duty post. Divide it, deploy all of them. Moses understood this principle. He appointed Joshua to lead the youth. He appointed his brother Aaron to handle the service of God. And of course, in the board of trustees, he has his father-in-law Jethro. And then we can go on and on and on and on and see how we set up everything. And everyone understand I am solely responsible for this issue. Protect it with their life. And so, if you are on that way already, make sure those principles are intact. That is exactly what Nigerians do. And so when problem come, they want to solve it anyhow. And then the problem continue to linger. It slows everything down. Nigeria, for instance, they think they can kill how many million of people and sweep it under the carpet. They think they can harass us, intimidate us, emasculate us, subjugate us, in fact disenfranchise us, and then it moves on. That is why we are not happy with Nigeria. And certainly we can never happy with Nigeria because Nigeria cannot even apologize. They call you a bluff, they don't send you. The only thing they think is kill them, shoot them, quench them, fire them, kill them. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. Number 3. You must estimate time frame. As the value of every project depends on its time frame. Why are we here? We don't have time frame. Yet. Somebody wake up in the morning, Elohua have told me Biafra is going to come 2020, that you might know that Elohua sent me. My God, this now no be New Testament too. We don't pass New Testament. This now another dispensation entirely. Now we have passed there. No single achievement. And then another one is coming to tell you, yes, just in 5 months, give me $10,000, 50 of you, and I will give you Biafra. But there is no single plan, framework on how to go about this. And so when I call you career freedom fighter, it's not to undermine you, it's to make you to understand it has now become a vocation. Very soon now you ask Biafran person, what's your job? He said, I'm a freedom fighter. Very soon, yeah, I'm a freedom fighter. And then after all, no employment. Because we don't have targets. Because if we do, all of us will be on our heels. Because there is no time. Jesus has a ministry of 3 years. He prepared for 30 years. And you see, that 3.5 years he spent, there is no dull moment. He was able to rule men, train men, who in the end was said to have turned the world upside down. What am I trying to say in effect? We must understand that time is of the essence. Very important. Time frame. Ask anybody now, when do you think Biafra will come? We are waiting for next president to take over so that we can now put more pressure. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Because somewhere along the line, a lot of things will be messed up. So everything will be messed up. So we must understand that in this journey, time is of the essence. We cannot afford to mess with the time. We cannot. And so whatever we are doing is our time frame. And then we move on and look at the fourth one this evening because of our time. And then we look at the issue of open communication gap. We must ensure there is a platform for open communication. Open communication. It's not as if we don't know what to do. Let's go back to Moses a little bit. First of all, the Bible said that Moses was the most meek man on earth. Very humble. The Bible says, and almost contradicts itself, trying to tell you the relationship between Moses and God. He said, for no one can see God and live. But yet he said that Moses walked with God as a friend and friend will be. Now, Moses spent so many days of his life in the presence of God. It is on record that the reason, in fact, throughout Moses' reign as the leader of Israel, from the moment he came down from Mount Sinai, the children of Israel cannot look at the face of Moses. If you read the book of Hebrew, you will see some of this revelation. They couldn't look at the face of Moses because the moment he left the presence of God, his face was glowing. People became afraid. And so they say Moses should not talk to them again. Aaron should. And so if for any reason Moses want to appear before the people of Israel, he had to cover his face. Because his face was dazzling with the fear of God, the glory of God. And now a man with such revelation descends solo to Jethro, his father-in-law, who is not even part of the covenant, and know very little about the Creator, the God of Moses. With the privilege and access Moses have with God, he still have to go to a small man and say, Jethro, look at him and say, Moses, I know say you get anointing, no, but the way only you they sit down from morning to night, they judge these people, then go kill you. They go kill you. Now do like this, do like this, do like this. If now the canoe, you tell that thing, go no sell who I no call you. Who are you to advise me? Do you know I went to Manchester University in Turkey? Do him. And 20 elders to oversee that matter. Only he was on top. Today who have a say? Now the canon no. My bingos no 3. Maximum 4 no 2. I am the only one that know all of them. Now you don't come up for skill now. Everything you know, babash. You must open gap of communication. There are a lot of things going on. People are crying. Nowhere to air their voice. IPOB have made the life of many people miserable. Nowhere to air their voice. Because when they say, see what Nnamdi Kanu they do to me, if they cannot kill them, they blackmail them on social media. Open communication. As far as there are men and women crying out against Nnamdi Kanu and the atrocity they are committing in our land in the name of unknown government, ESN, Biafra agitation, you are not going anywhere. Open communication. Even that gap of communication. And people can come and tell you, I don't like this thing. Moses allowed people to air their view. And of course, from our mouth, God declare judgment. Did you have open communication here? If you thought, I say, everybody judge it. Judge me. We'll stop there so that I will not overlap on this, overemphasize on that issue. Then we move out to some of the things that we should not do. There are things we should do, and there are things we should not do. And what are these things that we should not do? Number one, we look at, do not victimize the people you are supposed to save. Don't. Don't victimize the people you are supposed to save. I'm not sure you understand it. I think it's dawning on Nnamdi Kanu gradually. That is why I say we are here to save our people. We must not forget that, and that we must do. But it's too late to cry when the head is off, because Chinas and Nnamdi Kanu, they have killed a lot of people. Where is Obasi? Where is Akuwara? Ongukwe Wanzi and Ruby Matu are still living inside the gutter, toilet. Chijoko Otaji, they are still running. People like Madam Shosha, they can't tell you what Nnamdi Kanu them did to them, because they will send unknown government to kill them. If they don't send them to kill them, they will come on social media and blackmail them. Or Chinasa and Nnamdi Kanu will come on radio and call their house address. The people that came out to follow you, even if it's dead, they are ready to die for you. You set all of them up. Don't victimize them. Moses was so humiliated. His soul was vexed according to the Bible. The people frustrate Moses. He didn't lay curse on any of them. He did not do anything. Only once did he express anger. The second time he tried to express anger, that was not just the end of his ministry, but the end of his life. Did you know what Dathan and Abiru did to Moses? Turned the people against him. But then, in everything they did to Moses, what will he do? ONYIBE dekage etiti chinini onye dekage. That is all he does. Don't victimize them. Don't victimize the people you are supposed to save. And then I repeat again, IPOB expelled me as a criminal that I am, as a saboteur that I am. I moved back peacefully. I didn't say anything. I only wrote appreciation letter and move on with my life. Only for me, about 6 hours after Idiot Okano finished his broadcast, I start seeing my face or picture on social media. Kotsi China Samuru. What do they want to do? An idiot, they are giving you paper. And I shall not interrogate anybody. I shall not assiduously fight anybody working chemically. Anybody who is assiduously and chemically. Juju go kill you now. The juju go kill you now and I'm never ready for them. Well, why am I saying all these things? For the sake of the next generation, don't make this mistake we have made today. We can only pray that God will give us the privilege to make amends. See the errors of our way and then turn back. And maybe He will show us mercy. And then we look at another thing that we should not do. Do not flag up armed group openly. In Biafra agitation, don't flag off armed group openly. We have always had volunteers. Go and check the era of Chidebere Onwudiwe. Go and ask Nigerian DSS. All of them, they piece for cloth. You need to see the day I was arrested. The DSS that came to arrest me, they are more than 90. They are carrying more than 7 healers. Upon say, then set trap for me. They called me because they know I'm into contract. They want to give me contract. Invite me to one building site. And I was thinking I was going to do work for people I know, because it was my company that recommended me for them. Or they went through my company to ask for me. You need to see them. When I enter DSS office, they say, is that the guy? Is that the guy? They say, yes, is that the guy? If you sure everybody do some assault, can't go on where? A whole small boy like me. When I say, no, that man is not gentle. No. That man is very dangerous. No. But we are not unknown gunmen. We are not ESN. We don't have gun. No, rewind now. Go and ask Nigeria DSS. During the era of Chidebere Onwudiwe, I think it's a saboteur now. After now, they'll give her money, make it come say he love Nnamdi Kanu. We know the truth already. But they were formidable men. They were formidable men. That you don't hear Tina Sangoru. Yes, we will not take it lightly with you. You teach a person. All of una one day we go hold una for Biafra land street. We go flog una very well. They gonna de mumu una idiot. You for no involve us. Una for no involve us if una no say una be criminal. Now for just select una mugu where they use them. And then to mess everybody up, he flag off armed group. Are they not killing Igbo people now like but fly? Of course they have been killing us before, but just they give them license. So when they kill you now, police harass you now, you say, oh, officer, what is your problem? They kill you, they tag you on no government. If maybe for some reason they don't feel kill you instantly, then put you for Facebook, tell you, say make you talk, say you be unknown government. It's not that we raise alarm against child militant. By now, therefore, don't they kill your children 7 years, 6 years, say they be unknown government. Don't flag it off. Here. You don't need to say it, you will be doing it. And everybody know you are the one doing it. Because everybody was invisible. Today now they can't want you to be afraid of him. Our men are not recruiting, we are recruiting. Go to the bush, kill the police, take the gun, and then show them. We will teach them lesson. We are so that you think they know anything. These are rubbish bunkum. They just look at how they are messing all of us up. There are things you should do, and there are things you should not do. And then the number 3 thing you should not do is do not deviate from the original agenda. Don't deviate. Don't deviate. There is a reason why we came out here. Don't deviate. If not for the latest confrontation of this criminality, by now the Kanu would have been on radio. Or, we have to listen to our elders and let us join politics. Let's join. Everybody get your PVC. We must vote for Peter Obi. We must vote for Peter Obi. And that is if Peter Obi give and shishi. But if Peter Obi no give and shishi, waiting in Nayango see from Nnamdi Kanu na child's play. Terrorizing Nayango terrorize tomorrow. Nayango go still go there. They say, leave Nnamdi Kanu is our son. Is our totololo. You think you're doing me? Don't change the agenda. All of us went to hunting. You went to hunt antelope. And in the midst of the forest, you tell us our leg look like antelope. You no get sense, so you shoot us. Don't change the agenda. Why do you think they hired Simeon Ekpa to change the narrative? Because we have been telling him at the Kano, without political process, we are not going anywhere. We need to get involved. But of course, he think we will look down on him, having preached for us. The money behind though. So he couldn't do it. He needs somebody to change the narrative. And so one day you wake up in the morning, a pressure group have become a political machinery. But now Simeon Ekpa, now they want to set him up. He is now a known government. Stop changing the narrative. Stop changing the agenda. We didn't come here to kill anybody. We didn't come here to harass anybody. We come to tell you the truth. Give us Biafra. Stop changing the narrative. Because each time you're doing anything, whatever you're doing, understand there are things you should do, there are things you should not do, because there is consequence to everything we do. And of course, finally, as far as Biafra Restoration Project is concerned, do not exchange your gods for other people's God. Don't exchange your God. This may be a little bit confusing. Don't exchange your God. They don't mean that everybody have their own God. So everywhere is God, 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 God. No. The way God responds to me may not be the way God responds to you. He can choose to speak to Samuel in a still small voice, and then he can choose to speak to Moses in the body of fire, and then through the lion he can communicate to Daniel, and so on and so forth. Don't exchange your God. Exchange our God. Before we were calling Chuko Kikabiama, Chuko Kikabiama, Chuko Kikabiama, Chuko Kikabiama. And then all of a sudden it become Abeno Babe. We changed our God. God works in a mysterious way. He works in a mysterious way. Don't change it. Chuko Kikabiama have left all of you. If you like, Chuko Kikabiama put many years, he has left us. From that day now the Kano send us to go to Abeno Babe. Chuko Kikabiama left him. He didn't allow me to rest. ONYIBE, na Kuje prison they send us, they go Abeno Babe. Because when he take money, we no go fit talk. My God works in a mysterious way. He's the one who has set my feet upon this path that I must follow. And now you see, all your gods, they don't have power over me. Don't change your God. Most of you have changed your God. At this instant, if you are Muslim, remain Muslim. If you are Christian, remain Christian. If you are Abeno Babe, remain Abeno Babe. If you are Chuko, remain there. Don't change your God. But of course, there is a rallying point for all the gods. And that is when God himself will stand in the midst of all and take his glory. Solomon has so many gods. And so with all God backing, he failed. But David, whether in good time or in bad time, he judges himself by his God. What God am I talking about? How does it manifest? Your God is your value. Your value system is your image. And true replica of everything that you are or will ever be. It is embedded in your God. Maybe you don't get that. When your God say don't kill, and you understand you don't kill, that is value. They make up, they add up to who you are. But when your God say kill, you are. And so you don't do that. You don't do that. Anyị na-aja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu ị mara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya daji o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega daji anyị niile na-asị na medema o ọgwụ. That is why none of you can conquer me, because in good time, in bad time, I have only one God. It will amuse you. Most of you, I was in the village 3 days or 4 days ago, and immediately I stepped down, lighted down from the car, and somebody said, "ONYIBE, ONYIBE." He rushed me and hugged me. He said, "You know, so the people who get a problem with Nnamdi Kanu, only you they never kill. Somebody in my remote village will know already that all the people try to caution Nnamdi Kanu in Biafra land, he has killed all of them." And I told him, I said, "My case is different. It has been settled already. I know my God. I know the God I serve." The people of Biafra have abandoned their God. And what I can't understand is that now they can't even know this truth. He told us that Ojukwu went to war with Jesus Christ. That is why Ojukwu lost the war. Now he's going with Chukwu Kikabiama. And now look at it. He seized and divides and boycott Chukwu Kikabiama. Dive into Abenokpap. When it becomes an issue, his sister that is a police went to build another shrine. They call it Igwe Kala. Who's the heck is deceiving who here? Enwero misi kangebu. Enwero maja kanse kanto wanu. Owo sisi pero toto kaine pere ndi wau. Otolo maja onanugo. Don't exchange your God. And of course, on this note, we bring this discussion to an end. We still want Biafra. Watch this principle. There are so many. But at least these 7 this evening, deal with it. Let it become a yardstick to determine what you do next. It's very important. It's very important. It's very important. If we must go home, if we can waive the consequence of our atrocities from befalling on the next generation, let us now. The door to restore Biafra is still open. If only we can humble ourselves, tell ourselves the truth, repent of our sins. You see, everything will be fine. At this moment, our numbers, our lines are open. And of course, if you're able to call to make your contribution, that will be fine. But in the absence of that, I will move on. The number to call this evening is a WhatsApp line, and it is 090 380-57131. 090-380-57131. It's a WhatsApp line. Do call and make your contribution. Be civil anyway, but it really doesn't matter. Freedom of speech. This is Biafra Nation Alliance. We're just trying to coordinate our people, nothing more, nothing less, and help everyone to be ready for the inevitable, because one way or the other is going to happen. 100.5 FM. You can get us in some area Delta State, some area Anambra State, some areas in River State, some area in Bayelsa State, and of course, no transmitter are coming up. Try and follow us. Take the message. Like somebody eating fish. Eat the flesh and throw the bone away. The one that suits you, take it. The one you don't agree with, just leave it there. Somewhere along the line, somebody needs to stand for us. Somewhere along the line, somebody needs to intervene in our matter. And that is what the Biafra Watchmen are here to do. We're on Facebook. We're on WhatsApp. We're on Zeno. We're on YouTube. Many places. Satellites, so on and so forth. You can visit our website. Contact our administrators around the globe. Find out what we are doing in the inside. We're just trying to protect you from the heinous crime being promulgated within the Biafran territory by certain criminals like China Sanguru. You may not understand the whole procedure, but I can assure you, one way or the other, you will thank us for what we have done so far to stop this evil from overtaking the whole of Biafra land. Once again, the lines are open. If you're able to call in, you're free to call in. But on the absence of that, we wait for another day. Be careful what you listen to. Prove every matter and make sure you have the right information. I'll be back in a minute.
All hail Biafra, the land of rising sun. This is our own flag, the sign of unity. This is our nation, the mother of freedom. Welcome to my home. This is my motherland. In the world we sing, all hail great Biafra. In the world we sing, freedom flag, you've got it. In Biafrans we sing, the hand of God is with us. In Biafrans we sing, the battle has been won. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is in. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is in.
This morning, by Madike. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you,
Good evening
Japan.
from here.
Good afternoon from City of New York.
You're welcome,
We
sir.
go,
We are not going
we go
nowhere.
nowhere.
We go nowhere. We are not being trying Sequado. We are not being trying Sequado. Just unfortunate.
I told people that the game is over. You know, no matter any strategy they come with, the game have failed. There's nothing like iPhone condemn and they can't anymore to give them anything. The only thing that they will, from now till there will be no more, they will be fighting themselves. You know, they're the one that, you know, created most of this problem, and they think that they can run away from it. As they continue running, their problem will continue chasing them. Even people saying that they will go and fight for Abia North. This person will go and fight for as part of Anambra where he came from. And the Chike doesn't will go and fight for Ihoma people. It's just the beginning. You know, what they cook for people, they will sit down and eat it. Abuja is not going to be safe for them. That's what we're telling our people. You need to come in and join the moving train. That's the only way you get to your destination. You can't go and enter the train that is not moving anywhere. Then you ask people today, IPOB, for the past going to 2 years now, who is their leader? Because that's the question. You know whether you're going somewhere or not.
No, they are now in autopilot. They are now the autopilot, no leader. It is, how do I say it now? It is driving itself. The struggle is driving itself. Autopilot. Don't you know the meaning of autopilot? No leader. Everybody is leader.
So that's what we tell our people that are
there is audio online. When now they can say, now we have entered autopilot. You don't run the back seat. Leave autopilot to the drive.
Simeon is part of autopilot. You do Nation is part of the autopilot. Umada Gurugul is part of the autopilot. But what happens
all of them
is autopilot. That's what we're telling our people. Sometimes most of our people act like people that have been programmed. I keep asking, does it mean that these people can't even sit down and think when they're hungry? They think and they think of what to eat, and they go and find it and eat. When you tell them people that the leader is leading you, because your leader can tell you, my man is in Oru forest. Somebody that is leading agitation, are you going to give your information out to your enemy? But when you try to tell things, see that they have eaten the, and today they are so commanders, all of them run to Abuja to go and live. And you ask yourself, then who is commanding the people on the ground? They make the place a lawless place and they run away. That's what we're telling our people. Join any pro-Biafran group that is around your localities and make your life better. We are here to save our people. We are not here to share money. Because when you look at iPunk today, it's all about money. Because since their salary stopped coming, it's a different story. And the funny thing that other people still stand, like when you come in on the air the other day to broadcast, a lot of that was gossiping against ONYIBE, all of them was on your program. Listen, I screenshot it. I sent this to so many people. I said, look at these idiots. Because they can't already dismiss them from iPunk. So now all of them are sitting on this platform. Now that's why when you broadcast it, most of them don't come on. But as soon as you're done, all of them go to BIAFRA Human Rights, their Facebook page, to all the broadcast. The game has changed. Our people have already know what is going on the ground. And when you look at it today, so-called ESN and unknown government, they can't even hold themselves. As soon as you catch one person, he give you the names of the other people and where they live, their village and everything. Then you ask yourself, is it the same leg you go carry waka from Onitsha go Nnewi? You not go walk now. So, dear, but thank you for this moment. We're trying to tell our people to join the moving trend, de facto customary government. You can always reach us in so many platforms. Right now, as Diaba have said it, we're on FM right now. All you need to do is to start checking your radio to know when signal comes in your localities. Then you know the radio is working in your area. It's 100.5. 100.5. Then you will follow this, the trend of the moving trend and be safe, because the information is the best knowledge you can have, is the best education. You come over here, we put something on the platform. If you are not satisfied with it, like the person that called in yesterday, and when you explain something to the guy, he was satisfied. He wasn't being a bingo, He just come in and say something, but what these people don't, I hope you with me. What these people don't understand, they can't come on your program and telling you a peaceful solution. Why they know where the whole problem started from? You can't go on the other platform that created all this problem, calling people saboteur, traitors, that this, that, and everybody is laughing.
No, when they go there and try to talk sense to them, they cut them off and block them. That's what they do.
But since those things is happening, that's why they don't need to come here and tell you not to talk about them, because we have to talk about them. If we don't talk about them, the crime and the humility that is going on in Biafra land will continue. The more we expose these people, the more our place will be more sanitized. Because if we keep quiet, they have upper hand to go and adopt anybody they want. They kill them. The one that are harvesting the organ, we harvest it and took whatever they want and set them on fire. Then the next minute they tell you the Janjaweed are the one that are doing it. Then I ask people, since all this menace been happening in Biafra land, how many Fulani people have they caught? And nobody could answer that question. When you throw this thing to them, they tell you, is the Fulani, is the army, is the DSS. Then those people that you've been caught wearing Janjaweed juju for their wares, some of them you call them, they give you the village where they came from. So there's no way you can justify things that are happening in our land to, we know Fulanis are doing it. But right now, 90% of crime happening in Biafra land is people from IPOC. If they're not the one doing it, they're the one that initiated to be happening. Because you can't set up a militant art group that you cannot control. So anything anybody from the street corner do on your behalf, you're the one that initiated it, because when you were saying it on this platform that late 2020, early 21, Odogene was saying it, Uche, Dr. Akadobi, but all of us been coming here saying it. Don't start something that you can never control, because when you start it, everything that happens with that name, you're the architect of it. And these people are trying to excuse Nnamdi Kanu for that. We have volunteers that are working, as you said it. When they come out and do their evangelism, the whole street is calm. They come in and do their evangelism and they go. Nobody being killed, nobody's property being lost. But as soon as they put up this ESN, they break the prison. They put the light for people who want to use criminality as their as their profession to go into the business and do it. Because if you can remember, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or Beriman Nnamdi Kanu always said it. If there's no problem, he will create one. And when he finds out that he's not getting no headways in the agitation for Biafra, because a lot of things has been demanded from him to provide it. He couldn't provide it, and the only way he can put a mess in the whole thing that is being gone is to create this confusion of ESN and unknown gunmen. And he come openly on radio and pray for them. That's why sometimes our people come on the radio, start telling you, hey, did he say it? He have emissaries, Rabbi Charles, and the rest of them, all these people on DOS, those are the people that he used to do the work. He need to come out and do it. All he need to do is tell our former, the head of media, this is what I want the media warriors to be doing from now for the next 2 weeks. They will go ahead and do it. That's what they call division of labor. He don't need to come on the air and say it. When he was telling people on the air that he needs this information, somebody should bring it right away. Is he the one bringing it? No, there's people on the ground that do research and pass it to him. And he uses it to do broadcasts. And all of us believe then it's an anointed. If you've been anointed to do a job, why should you come into a job that's been given to you and the people that you work with? When things start getting better, all of them become an enemy because the money is coming. So there are so many things to talk about, but we're always telling our people, you can always go to our website. You can go to Biafran de facto government of the de facto government of Biafra at biafrangov.org. Or you can reach us as well at biafrannationsalliance.com. Email is there, is bia67found@gmail.com. And all biafrans@gmail.com. Charitable donation can always be done at bia67foundation@gmail.com. It's a tax deductible for people living in Americans. So during the end of your tax year, you can claim all the money deposited on that non-profit organization. And to our people, we're still having more games of Conifer coming up. We have another one that should be coming up in December in Zanzibar, Tanzania. So we'll be telling our people that stay within this location. You can always reach us and make yourself available. And in time to come, we're going to put out the numbers of the people that you can contact within that region for mobilization of people that will represent Biafran de facto customary government. But the same number I always give for people who want to participate in liberation and restoration of movement or nation of Biafra, you can always call this number 917-346-5419. 917-346-5419. You can send a text on it. You can send a signal on it. You can do WhatsApp messages on it as well. Then from there, we'll move into our promised land. But I don't know if you have anything special that you need to ask me or need to be discussed this evening. Then I'll be here, and we go from here.
Thank you very much. And of course, you've been able to throw more light for our people on how to get in contact with you and other administrators. I think that we will do. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Diaba, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much. And of course, the lines are open in case you're able to call in. The reason we are doing what we are doing is simple. Nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. Never again. We have a lot of issues in our hand already. And we're doing all we can to ensure that we correct all this mess. And we cannot afford to fail our people. I'm joined by my daddy in the Lord. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, daddy in the Lord?
My Reverend.
Good evening from here and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon from here, my Reverend. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Okay, I'm expecting to get response from you before I continue. Thank you very much for what you're doing for Biafrans. You are doing a great job, and I always tell you that there's no amount of intimidation, no amount of blackmail, no amount of threat will stop this message. And let me appreciate my brother, Prophet Mbadike. This good you but I'll try as much as possible to give my input this afternoon. Before I go on, I must encourage you to call Mbadike and make yourself available. We need help to put this message across Biafra land. I know a lot of you guys are really going to go. The brain is gone. No more reasoning. No more common sense. So please call or reach out to Biafra Nation Alliance or the Biafra de facto customary government, mainly the websites, to support this message. Uja atozenono. Nande Kanabo Wambanshi. Okay, so Uja atozenono. He has nothing. We put him where he belongs. Yabo Alose Nenyensebu. I got where I am every what they see Japan. Okay. Yabo Alose. I got where I am. It was where make a beer, a web Alose. You know, my so please, Biafrans, especially the Biafrans in the diaspora that are supporting this, we are asking you to support this message. And we are not asking you for money for guns or weapons or AK-47, just like I've seen people over the years boasting, we'll pay them back in their own coin, we will attack them the way they are attacking us. We are not doing that because, I mean, we are helpless for now. The people that will fight for this cause are yet to come in. What we can do right now is what we're doing. We are asking you to support this project, to allow our people to hear this message so that Nahange went to a Uche they will know when the guy young well, if I young well, or Bassa be a young well, no, if I your Chineke well, Chineke where he lay our land. Because so far, what a man the Epelima, Lediatanam Nande Kanga had brought down for our people, it's not substantial. It's a mess, compound mess. He has pushed Biafra agitation so backward. The sovereignty, they are these bingos who does not understand, and we know that a lot of these bingos now also were the recruits from the north and the south who are confusing everybody because what these idiots did to our people. But we're here to correct the things. So what we are asking you is to support. Allow this message to go across Biafra land. So far, we've been holding on. We're doing our best because the message is the key. For the scripture says that the faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. And in this situation, is the word of life, is the word that will put us right back on our feet. The word that will enable us to work together to see what we are missing. After all this boasting and ESN, unknown gunmen and everything, the irony of the whole thing is that a lot of idiots who supported and are still supporting this thing does not know that if any man the Caribbean were all right, he established any security outfit in Nigeria. He shouldn't call it security outfit. He should have done his thing. And Obono Mary had this somehow. By now, until Nana. Focus. Today, what we are doing, it surprises me that they are now denying their seat at home. And no more Switzerland. And he was talking. Oh, sit at home. We mess up our economy in the southeast. Where's so now they are knowing that the sit at home is a mess. Okay, what did Simon do wrong? Simon evaluated the whole situation and told them that he's not going to listen to Nnamdi Kanu because one, if actually he's in prison, he's not listening to because his words of command is not pertinent. That us and in Switzerland forgot that Chike Doziem came to the radio Biafra to announce that every Monday is sit at home. They have continued with this lunacy for all these years. Even the one they said they don't have, there's no Nama. There's not going to be a Nama in Biafra land, any outside Nama from 27th of April. Shamelessly, these idiots are still playing that jingle. Shamelessly, they are still propagating the same nonsense. The activities of these criminals in the land. But by now they would have been going to Igbo traders who are selling namas and killing them and tying them down. Okay. I also heard Simon saying something about how Soludo is spoiling our land because apparently Soludo did not budge for Ndoshi Ibiacheba Anambra State. That is the only reason. The only reason when Soludo stood his ground. He decided not to play this game. After time, we have that what I done we send the dollar. Zuzibenu, and only right. No chakunu will urina, my way gets over there. Because it's not gonna happen. People will know better than what you guys are doing. I can change the Banana Abuja, but I am not a control the Eastern security and everything. They are now on the run. They are now in Abuja, hiding from corner to corner, or rather, enjoying themselves with Ego Hanata. So we're still waiting. Can you see no pota? Can we make him? Koya got a market to Sudan is na garuga. Only a bottle. He needs such a thing. Come on, people water. I don't want all on Debo. Oh man, I got that. And we're not going anywhere. Today, these people had made a boo-boo. But we're going to clean up this boo-boo. And we're going to continue because the issue of Biafra is legit. And I heard you say that Nigeria has not apologized to us. We are not looking only for the apology. They must pay reparation. Including their slave masters, the British. When if also British in a while also allow Biafrans to be, if not for the reparation, because they know the cost. 3.5 million and counting. About cable. And people, useless individuals, no conscience, are using the name of Biafra, using the name of these millions of people to extort their people. If no go, I mean, what you have drawn at all. All these people that thinks that their business is about Biafra. You can come to the Facebook platform and make noise and collect money from your people and then disappear all of a sudden. I don't know where you get that idea. We are still watching and waiting. Can you are Pharaoh or you are Nero? Ota? Is in their Faran Tibet. Then we will let you guys know that naive go come you go Kenta. Abro Pondo Afaruku Yelia Abamoni Awaka. So our people should know. All these ones that I still don't know, they are forcing themselves every day. Fulani. Where are the Fulanis? If anybody should be beaten about all these Fulanis, are actually people who invested in that contraction. When you share where we have Then he thinks he can just come and land so softly. Easy. It doesn't matter what you guys think. We are here to stay. When we are gone, nobody will be like you. Of course, nobody will be like you in terms of criminality. We didn't understand all these things. But BIAFRA is here to stay. If other part of that contraption has the right to answer whatever name they want, we have the same right to answer the same name that we want. And this is very important for our people to know that this 3-point-something million Nigerian subdue anything about them. Now people need to understand it's part of the reason why we are suffering. Because we have no reason up to tell Nigeria that they cannot do that. It doesn't happen. Okay? The idea is to allow us to warn our dead people. However, Nigeria must give a day or two to remember Biafrans. They must. And that's where it starts. They must respect. They must live up to the promises why the people are before us drop their guns. Otherwise, there's not going to be peace. It doesn't matter how they try to blackmail or to hire their agents to cover up their crime. There was an agreement made. They must come through with that. Even as we do that, we know that it's not going to be easy. This is the reason we ask for help. People to listen to this gospel. Not just that, we're also calling on our people to do the right thing. Do not be in that foolish way. Oh, your vote doesn't count. It doesn't have anything to do. Yes, your vote counts. We just witnessed that a few months ago when Soludo became the governor of Anambra State. It was the people's choice. He was a people's choice. I mean, he is. Not was. And you guys can see what he's doing. This thing that he's doing should be replicated, not just on the state level, but on local government levels and city levels. And the ball is in our court to make the right choices. 5,000 naira. It's not about people who are going to bribe you to. I mean, if somebody is presenting you money, you already know that that person wants to buy your conscience. We must take over our land. We must take over the governance of our people. When our young men and women and some of these young men in our states are talking about good governance, yes, I can understand where they're going. If we get it together, starting from the cities, from the local government and the state, nobody can permeate that system. Nobody. We need to stop believing all this charade, all these rhetorics of the government has taken out all the factories away from our land. Let us see what happens. Because I know that a few days ago, the governor of Anambra State is mobilizing investors. Let us see how the federal government will stop that investment. See, then perhaps all of us, including them, now believe all these things that has been going on, all these rhetorics that's been going on, that the federal government is stopping everything. I think we need to re-evaluate what we're saying today. I know a lot of them are out there telling you there's not going to be a election in Biafra land. They are asking for, what do you call it, the referendum. And they are also asking you for the election. Then tell me how your referendum is going to come. Who is going to speak about the referendum? Somebody in Europe or in Asia or in America that is telling you not to get your PVCs? At least one instrument that you have to lay hands on to show that you are part of that system. I think our people have been getting it wrong. The Biafra de facto customary government is here to correct all the ills. We have started earlier, if you remember, as far back as 2021, January. This message has been ongoing. Go Colopia PVC. And make sure that all the people that are asking you to vote for them, the ones that are trying to, who is not helping you to register, identify them already. Because this is the time that some of these people that are coming out to represent you should be pushing to make sure that all potential voters secures their PVC. We know they already started their game. We know that people are dumping PVC. Before I'm making all efforts to make sure that you do not secure your PVC. But you have that responsibility to confront them, to ask them questions. We didn't ask you to go there and start fighting them. But you can mobilize yourself and go out there and ask questions and document all these things. I cannot overemphasize about your documentation on video. Do not bring about videos that is talking about, hey, we didn't get PVC. Hey, Jesus, so help us to get PVC. No, that's not what we're talking about. Any documentation has 3 W's. The components of every valid documentation has 3 W's. And that 5 W's. That 5 W's consist of what is going on, who is involved, when did that thing happen, when that day, why are they doing what they are doing? And the other W's, I always forget it. But it has 5 W's. Who is involved, why, when, what, and my reverend, I don't know if you remember the last one, but it's important that we clarify this documentation. Let me see. Maybe I can lay hands on it right now because I'm right now sitting here in the system. So we can get it right. The other day I forgot about it, but it's important that we give these people this information so they know what they are going to do when they are documenting. You know, when they are documenting issues, they must have all these components, not just, okay, again, let me start again. When you go out to document anywhere they said you cannot, they are not giving you PVCs, find out who is saying that. Who is refusing to give you attention? And what is going on? What is going on? Oh, they are refusing to give us PVC. Yes, that's what's going on. And we have lined up here for what date? If this is today is July the 15th, make sure you mention that today is July 15th, 2022. And make sure you mention the place where Obono na Afoba, document Afoba. Obono na Nkwanewi, make sure you mention that. If possibly, if there's any cross street, yes, all these are important where these things happen. And why are they doing what they're doing? Maybe they are telling you you didn't feed them. That's why they are not giving you PVC, because we have also learned that our people are now feeding the INEC officers. And our people are doing this. And in the north, they are freely distributing everywhere. So these things are very important, people. It's not about you make a song on Facebook. Or what is this other thing they are using now? Twitter. Not even Twitter. There's one software now they are now using. TikTok. TikTok, thank you. You and I have old school. Yeah, we are trying to catch up. So it's not about it, because I've seen a lot of when I call people even in all the because the new change, I'm on the main voter's card and I'm not coming to vote, but you gotta look at who you are voting. You gotta look at their resume. It's not about TikTok. No, your life is online. Your future is online. This 2023. Let's see what happens. How does it deny all these people that are witnessing their franchise? Then perhaps maybe your Yabon Cab is the breaking of the jinx. But again, the people that are asking you to vote for them, make sure you tell them that you haven't had their PVC. Because that's the most important thing. Make sure you get your PVC. Make sure and tell them what you are going through, so that you will document it. And again, when you are documenting, have 5 W's in mind. Who, what, when, where, and why. I hope you listen, so that you can make a good presentation of what is going on. And this applies to some of these people that are coming out and making videos and making voices and telling us what is happening. Like the other crazy voices that went all over the place. People are sharing it to me and say, can't you guys reason? Only once on I was off from office and Bisa. I'm running right now. Me and colleague. Upe. That is not what we need. All those cheap propagandas needs to be over. When you see something, say something. But you must say that in such a way that it will make sense. This is not about your recharge card and media warrant, because they don't even know about reporting. They don't know. 2,000 naira or my report. My Reverend, I think I have said enough. Device and We're gonna go where the one no come with. And let the Lord Yeshua don't talk too much. He usually give them parable. And he said, let those who have ears hear what the Holy Spirit is saying. And I'm not Holy Spirit, just that you may know. I brought a son of God, but I'm a child of God. Christ in heaven, our brother, our Lord Yeshua gave us that privilege to be children of God. So all of us are children of God, and as such, we must act as one. I want to thank you very much for all that you're doing for us, my brother. I've always told you, God in heaven will find a way to bless you. It doesn't matter how you want to do it, but I know that He's going to do that. And at the same time, I will say to all my friends and all of us of freedom who are listening, God bless you all. All hail Biafra. And God bless the people of Biafra and all of us of freedom. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, sir. And of course, that is the voice of Mazi Ubidi. It is as simple as ABCD. Nobody will be allowed to save the next generation under our watch. These are the men who say they will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Maybe you're beginning to get it. I want to appreciate my brother Mbadike and of course Daddy in the Lord for coming to lend their voice to the people of Biafra. Just take this truth. Let us reorganize ourselves. And of course, we will get home. There's no two ways about that. There are things you should do and there are things you should not do. It's applicable in every area of life. And of course, on that note, I'll bring this to an end, this moment. Tomorrow is another day. We'll continue from where we start. Biafra watchmen, we're not going anywhere. We have your back anyway. Good night and God bless. Ndewonu.
Mommy, don't cry. Daddy, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra. I want you Biafra. Hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra. I want you Biafra. Hello Biafra. Freedom is here. Hello Biafra. I want you Biafra. Freedom is here. It's here. I want to thank you for this beautiful thing what you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, so make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kind of what this way. Thank you for all the good things. Now you don't make us better. Now everything done better. Now thank you for the good things. See everything done better. We're living Brother Kaiga Waniru Kaika Kula yo. Brother Biko Kawaniru. It makes me cry when I see my brothers being killed. Nigerian soldiers keep on killing us because we said for freedom. Yeah, take my life, but you can never take away that joy. Freedom is ours. We got what it takes to live. Hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra.